Hi, this is Dustine from Two Lucky Cats. We made a minor revision to the heart ornament pattern, and we've renamed it Hearts and Flowers Ornament. And we also did the video over again to include the changes that we made to the pattern. And the changes that we made is I made two more petal patterns. One is a larger flower with heart-shaped petals, and another is a smaller flower with heart-shaped petals. Now you can use these either alone or you can put them together to have a two-layer petal flower. Once you've cut all the pieces out, you should have a heart for the front and the back of the ornament. Then you should also have a flower that goes in the center and two small leaves that go on each side of the flower. And I usually put these out on the heart just to see where I'm going to put them. Oops. There we go. And then I put these like this. And put these down here. And just position them. These I'll pin into place to make sure they don't move as I start to sew the rest of the elements on. But here, the first thing I do is just take the leaves out, and you can pin this down just to hold it in place, and then starting from underneath you just come up and put about maybe anywhere from 3 to 4 beads here, and that'll be the center of the flower, but it'll also keep the flower on the heart. After you have this secured, then you just want to start with one leaf, lift up the flower, and then start. You can pull this back once it's secure, and then you can use the running stitch and just sew straight up the leaf with the running stitch to make the vein up the center of your flower. And you can bead it if you'd like, and then just do the same thing with the other leaf on the other side, and then that'll complete the one side. Now with the other side, I just pin all the elements down, and then I'll start here at one end and go up the center of the leaf to create a vein. And again, just using the running stitch, you can bead every couple stitches or every other stitch if you'd like. Do the same thing to the other side, and then as you start stitching you can take the pin out. Once I have the leaves secured, I will take my invisible marker, and I'll start right here at the tip of the heart, and I'll just draw a line right down here along the side of the leaf. Do the same thing in the other side. And then I start to stitch at this end, and I'll use the running stitch and stitch over that line all the way up to here. And then usually I'll secure this with the stitch and put a bead there, and then again with the running stitch come up along the side a couple stitches and bead if you'd like, and then underneath come up from underneath up here in the center and go down with the running stitch, and then over here again 2 or 3 running stitches, and you can bead if you want. When you're done with that side, do the other side, and then this side is completed. The next step in completing the heart is sewing the two sides together. So you put the on-decorated sides together, and we'll pretend that these two outsides are decorated. So I always start with an ornament, sewing it by starting where the hanger is. And I use this, it's butcher's string for the hanger, but you can also use ribbon or a piece of felt that's about maybe 1/8 of an inch wide or 1/4 of an inch, and depending on how long you want the hanger. This is about 7.5 inches long. So I pin it here, and then I start sewing right here from the middle, and I come up on the one side of the hanger, and then I make one running stitch over to the other side, and I come out here on the back side of the heart, and then I just go over that stitch maybe about 2 or 3 times, and then I start with the overcast stitch, and I go over that a couple times because I'm trying to secure the hanger. And then I'll just continue around the outside with the overcast stitch, and I'll stop about maybe right here. You just want an opening big enough to put your fiber fill in it. Then I stuff the ornament with fiberfill just to give it some shape, and then I continue on with the overcast stitch. If you think you might need a little more, you want to stop here and add a little bit more fiberfill, and then go over here and make about 2 or 3 overcast stitches, knotting them every time so you can secure the thread and make sure that the hanger isn't going to come off. And once you've done with that, just cut it off, and that ornament is sewn together. Now, if you'd like, you can also add beads on to the overcast stitch. And I usually do that after I do a couple stitches here to secure the side. I add a bead, and then I bead every 3 stitches. So I'll go 1, 2, 3 bead, 1, 2, 3 bead all the way around the heart. But that's up to you whether or not you want to bead it or just leave it plain. So I'm just going to show you a couple examples here of what the finished heart will look like. Here's one of the new flowers, the bigger ones. And then here's one where I've done it double. And this is one that is with the original pattern here in the center. I hope you enjoyed doing this project. Check out our website, twoluckycats.com. We have a lot of other information and projects to share with you.